Heyitsshark.
Alright, what's going on? Today I'm gonna show you how to make beats for Prettifun and Shay. Just gonna be like some cool virtual shit. Let's get straight into it. So the first sound I have here is from Pigments. It's just like a synth or a pad, something like that. It's called the Patch Morpher preset. Just one of these sounds. And then I laid down this MIDI I got from my boy Jasper. It's just some chords here that he chopped and repeated a ton of times. Then it goes down to this C sharp chord. And then just this like simple counter melody on top of that. And yeah, here's what it sounds like. Also, we're 145 BPM. I'd say a good BPM for these beats would be like 140 to 150, maybe like high 130s if you want it to be a little bit slower. And yeah, on that, I just added some Shaper Box 3. It's with this filter and time modulation, and then OTT to boost some high and mid frequencies. After that, it's just this lead pattern I laid down from Serum. The lead is lead backwards from Eldon's Serum Bank by Made It. And yeah, just lay down this simple little lead pattern, nothing too crazy. And then what I did for the second part is I just copied it over and then up an octave. So yeah, here's what it sounds like. But on this, I added some delays. You can hear like there's a lot of delay on this sound. Then some EFX motions. This is just like modulating the volume. The drive is on, but it's not doing anything. And then this filter is kind of like sweeping up. And then for these repeat effects, there's like some rolls here. But in the mixer, I ended up taking the mix knob down like almost to nothing, so it's not really noticeable. And then just this OTT preset boosting some high and mid, again, make it more noticeable in the mix. After this, I just laid down the bass notes from the original MIDI into this bass called Jets from a Heyitsshark kit. It's the Honey Hive kit. And yeah, just lay down this bass pattern. Here's what it sounds like. I only really use this bass for the bridge here, and yeah, it barely even gets used. And then lastly, this last sound is just a chord from Serum. It's chord Sugar. It's from a Rod Made It Serum Bank. And yeah, just laid down the same MIDI from before, except what I did is I just shortened these chords a little bit so they were more choppy and the chops were more noticeable. So yeah, here's what it sounds like. On this side, I just added some Shaper Box. It's reverb, which is just like at a little bit above 50%, but I turned the mix down so it's not too noticeable. Some drive, again, just distorted a little bit. Bit crush, modulating the bit crush so it gets a little bit more crushed, but the mix knob is at 16%, so again, not very noticeable. Then the mix knob, which is going from slightly above 100%, so slightly mono, to slightly above 100%, so slightly stereo. And yeah, it just fades back and forth every one bar. And lastly, just some OTT. Again, boost that mid and high end so it's more noticeable in the mix. So that's all the melody sounds I have, except I did add a vocal chop. I don't remember who exactly made the kit, but yeah, it's a nice little vocal chop I pulled up. So yeah, here's what it sounds like. So on this, I first started with just adding OTT and taking out low end and just boosting some high and mid end. EFX fragments. This adds kind of some grains and like granular stuff in the background, but the mix knob is turned down. Portal, again, another like granular type of thing, but the mix knob is turned down on that one. And then Shaper Box, just panning it back and forth. I turned the mix down to 81%, and then it's just set to 1 bar. And yeah, so that's all the melodies. But what I did for the chorus is I ended up putting them in like a slicer channel. and just kind of played around with some chops, and all the way up here just did whatever I thought sounded good. I think I just turned on my keyboard, my MIDI keyboard, and just started pressing things and seeing what sounded cool, and that's how I got this. Just pulled it up in whatever this is called, like slicer, yeah, Fruity Slicer. Put it on one beat, and I'll turn the attack and decay up a little bit. Didn't really mess with this too much, and just laid down this pattern. So here's what the chops all sound like together. So yeah, just make the melody like even more like choppy and just like more interesting for the chorus, so it doesn't just follow the same like chords from before. It's a little bit more, chaotic. And again, I think Prettifun's beats are like very chaotic, so this kind of, fits that. And I just bring in the vocal chop for like the second part of the chorus, and then for the verse, it just goes back to the original thing with like the original layout of the chords and whatnot. And I bring in this lead, and then for the verse, it's just the vocal chops with the synth and the bass. Yeah, it's the arrangement. So after that, I just moved on to the drums. It's this 808 pattern. Just like a clean 808 from an Aiden made kit. Again, for his beats, like super fat 808 with some like soft clipper on the master, so it clips well. Yeah, it's gonna sound like this. So pretty simple 808 pattern. I did this little roll right here, and then for this I pitched it up an octave just on this note. Nothing much to it. After that, I added the simple clap pattern. Here's what it sounds like. Nothing too crazy. Then some hi-hat pattern. It's just like a one step with a few rolls up here and down here. And then I took this one note out here every 3 bars. Yeah, here's what it sounds like. Yeah, I forgot to mention that there's some like loop radar on that, but I'll break it down after I finish showing you all the drums. I kind of wanted to highlight certain 808 notes, so I just added a kick onto those notes. As you can see, I kind of play with the velocity down here for this one part, but the kick is fairly quiet in general. I wanted the 808 to be like the main focus, but there's like a kick in the background. Yeah, here's what it sounds like. So yeah, just something pretty simple in the background, like I said. And then finally, just a snare pattern. We'll roll here, and then roll at the end. And that's every 4 bars. And yeah, that's it for the drums. So the loop radar on the hi-hats, I said I'd break that down. It's just this reverse on the 1 or the 9 too when it repeats. This is a reverb sound, so that comes in right after the reverse. And then at the end here, this is a like record scratch sound. Just go up to here and go 4. It's vinyl, but it's like a scratch. And this is like a phaser sound. And yeah, that's it for the whole beat. In terms of arrangement, I kind of already broke it down. I have these automation clips, and they make sure that no like tail from these chords plays when I cut it out right before the drop. My tag, and yeah, overall just pretty simple layout. If you want to get any of my kits, I did just drop a new kit, a new Serum Bank with over 100 presets, like 125, I believe. Some loops, a Serum Skin too, midis, everything you'll need. You can go check that out. First link in the description. And all my other kits are there too. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see y'all later. Let me know any tutorials you guys want me to do. And yeah.